r/AskReddit. People who have shit their pants. What happened? Not me, but my brother said. Bad sushi, hot day, rush hour traffic. Was in high school, held in a shit all day cause I couldn't use public restrooms. Germophobia I guess. Walking home after school, stomach in pain due to holding in shit all day. Thought I'd fart to relieve some pressure. Pretty much how it usually goes. Gambled on a fart and lost. I had a fever of about 102, and was weak as hell. I had stomach flu. So anything and everything was coming out both ends. I made it to the bathroom in time for the puke, but not in time for my pajamas. Withdrawal. I was 20 yo, sick as hell, vomiting water out my arsehole for 6 hours prior. Shit my pants in my car when pulling up to my dealer's driveway. He walked to my car, saw or smelled what happened, tossed the drugs in my car out getting the money. By the time I got home it was all over my fucking back and ass, like hot acidic water that burned like a bitch, and amp, the stain in my seat never went away. Thank God I am clean now. It was in my 9th grade algebra class. I raised my hand several times to ask to use the men's room. Each time, the teacher said no. Finally, fearing imminent disaster, I left on my own. I hustled down the hallway and around the corner. Less than 50 feet from the bathroom, I felt the first turd drop from my jorts. I kicked it towards the lockers and kept going, leaving a path of pure fecal destruction in my wake. The worst part? Walking into the men's room, shit streaming down my legs, and seeing 4-5 popular kids cutting class. It's been more than 15 years and I've still never been more embarrassed. They laughed really, really hard and I can't say I blame them. To their credit, I don't think they ever told anyone else. Not sure if that was a sign of humanity or just a reminder how anonymous I was back then. I am a truck driver. Rest area I was aiming for was closed. Tried to hold out for the next exit but I was fully dilated. Didn't he make it? A lot of us went to a barbecue, they spit roasted a pig, followed all directions till meat was done and pulled easily and whatnot. Next day we all called each other to report we were all puking out our asses. Many did not make it to the bathroom. The meat was bad apparently. I was being drug tested while being booked into jail. I had to sit in a holding cell until I peed. I was in the cell with another person and there were others constantly walking through the area. I have a very shy bladder which makes it almost impossible to go with others around. I sat for hours and pushed with all my might and finally got a little out. I also pushed a little turd out in the process. No one found out. I got through intake, got to my pod, and showered and no one knew any better. I have celiacs, and it's a bit of weird thing. It's an autoimmune disorder, so it can take anywhere from a few minutes to 72 hours to really kick in. I lean more toward the 72-hour mark. It also doesn't trigger on the slightest exposure. It's not an allergy. There's a certain threshold. A sandwich man with tainted gloves may or may not set you off. Guess who had a beer and thought no, I'll totally be fine. Guess who got a bad cold the next day. Guess who had horrifically painful shits 2 days later. At around 1 p.m., I finished shitting myself hollow. I think geez, that's 15 pounds worth of shit. No way I have anything else in me. I finish up, stand up, and pull my pants up. And then, I felt it. Not a pain in my guts, but a tickle in my nose, the cold. I think no big deal. I think. I sneeze, and when I do my colon shotguns out the last vestiges of spite it held. I shit myself, not 15 seconds after standing up from the toilet. I tried to get my SO out of the bathroom so I could shit but they were putting on makeup and I'm such a nice fucking person I walked out and sharted a little. I told you it couldn't wait, goddamn I told you. I've shit my pants many times. Had the runs once and while laughing at the fart scene on The Nutty Professor my anus loosened just enough to fuck me over. Had to take a dump once and couldn't undo my belt in time and my photo finish to the toilet ended up being a loss by a mile. Ever had to take a shit in middle school but your stalls didn't have doors and shitting in school got you ridiculed? Well yeah, I shit myself on the way home because I was too scared to shit in school and failed to hold it before I got home. And the numerous times I trusted a fart. I was running a little late to work. I lost track of time and realized I needed to leave the house soon to make it to work. Of course my stomach starts rumbling and I needed to poop. I thought I could hold it. I thought I could. Dart. There was no time for me to go to the bathroom, shit, and head out to work. So I figured my job is only 15 minutes away. I can wait it out, and once I get to work I can clock in and use the bathroom. At least I am at work, you know. So I am driving down a side street when I have the urge to sneeze. Full stop. I tried so hard to hold my sneeze. I really did, but then all of a sudden I get a glare in my eyes. Dart and yeah. I sneezed and shit my pants. I called my boss and told him I would be late to work. He's a really chill guy, so it was no biggie for him. He knew I wasn't the type of guy to just run late all the time. I didn't have the courage to tell him what happened. So I went home, did a quick hot shower, changed and brought an extra pair of underwear in my bag to keep ID it ever happened again. I also have another story of when I shit my pants, but I think that's way too disgusting to tell. LOL deals with Fuddruckers unlimited cheese and a fireworks show lol. When I was 13 or so playing cricket once, we were batting, similar to baseball, and I was in next to bat. I really had to piss, so I went round to the back of the shed my team was sitting in. I was already padded up and began to piss when I heard a big cheer from the field that only could have meant someone was out and I was in. I pushed so hard to finish the piss quickly that I ended up dropping a nugget in my underwear. The worst part was I was already late to walk onto the field, so I just had to walk out there with a turd in my pants and go on with the game. When I was in grade school, kindergarten, we had recess right before lunch. I had to use the restroom, but I refused to lose my spot in the line. I was first in line. Once I made it to the lunch table, I was sitting beside my crush. We got to talking and I didn't want to stop talking to her. I thought I had to fart and thought it would impress my crush. So as I go to unleash this beast of a fart, I shit my pants and had to walk to the clinic and waddle past everyone in the lunchroom. Embarrassment is an understatement. I had my second C-section about 5 months ago and my doctor gave me iron pills to take. About 2 weeks after I had our kid, we go to a friend's house and my stomach starts hurting worse than I've ever felt. I'm talking about sweat is shooting out of every pore of my body. I don't know if I need to poop or vomit. My boyfriend asked if I was okay. I said I just wanted to go home. We get in the car and head home. We live about 20 minutes from our friend's place we were at. Now they live out in BFE, so it's just a desolate road home. All of a sudden, the pain hits again. I'm like, babe, I hate to say this, but I don't know if I'm going to shit myself or vomit. He's like, oh okay, I can stop at the store or whatever. I'm like, cool, hurry TF up because I'm about to become a corpse back here. I'm in back with a baby. Well, the pain intensified. I am like, fuck, I can't hold it. I am about to shit myself. He's like, oh god, I'm pulling over. I jump out mid-pants shitting. My motherfucking soul left my body at that moment. I was absolutely mortified. I am like, Jin, some goddamn wipes pronto. I left my panties there and sat on my folded pants on the ride home. He did not say a word about it. He knew I was absolutely embarrassed. Was a teenager. At grandma's house after Thanksgiving dinner. I farted. Then my brother farted. Just a little louder. Then my other brother farted. Brother number 2 still had the loudest fart. So I tried again. And beat it. Then 2 or 3 other attempts from my brothers. I knew I didn't have another one in me, but I tried anyway. After a little straining, boom. A log in the Chinese. Went to my girlfriend's college, she has a roommate, I do not fart around them. I am there for a week holding in farts. Last night before I fly out, her and her roommates take me to Mongolian BBQ, they make me eat a plate of fire grease. That night I hardly slept, I had bubble guts galore. I tried to take a sneaker shit in the middle of the night, but I couldn't get the sound any calmer than an elementary school tuba recital. Next morning I have a flight at 10 AM and her roommate takes me to the airport. Still, no farts for a week and my guts feel like I'm dying. She gets me there at 9:30 and I get to the plane while it's boarding. I have a choice: take a monster shit and miss my flight, or shit my pants and make it. I literally did both. I crept a fart and shit my pants right there trying to make the call. I ran to the bathroom with my carry-on. I shit my brains out and changed my clothes thinking I for sure missed my flight. When I finally came out of the bathroom, they made the last call and got on the jetway with the door closed behind me.